luck in honing my surgical skills, this time on Tasting History. But again, one of those privateers who, was kind of okay with the British Navy because he would only attack the Spanish. You don't need to ransom stuff back when you can just take it from the peasants. Definitely a downer. What is not a downer is a wonderful bowl of Irish stew. So instead of disappointing someone, I decided to just disappoint everyone. Also, add some bread in there because, who doesn't like bread? Not having to go to the grocery store makes Max very happy. He reported his findings to the British Navy, who then proceeded to ignore them for 200 years. I'm probably gonna miss that lard. One cow gone is one cow too many. Also, those tamales sound really gross. Thank you for the Dillegrout. How wonderful. Smells fantastic. Thanks a bunch. Okay, bye-bye. Give me the chicken tenders, please. Now, for most of us, food is for eating, so the Greeks invented democracy and capitalism. It is the year of the sea shanty, according to TikTok, though probably by the time this video airs, that will be gone because teenagers are fickle. It was most important to keep them away from their mortal enemy, the destroyer of both olive tree and grapevine alike, goats. Don't want no short tamale, man. Shockingly, he was not a popular man in Ireland. It was a small beer, so it basically had all the alcohol of like a half a Zima. Do they even make those anymore? I don't know. So the next ploy to curb violence in Western Europe was just to move it a few thousand miles to the east. Her descent into moral decay begins with tamales. No, thank you though. I was gonna hold out for the apple pie. There are no birds in the apple pie, right? What, are you gonna excommunicate all of us? Don't you dare, Mr. Dampier. They are my favorite animal, and I would sooner turn to cannibalism than eat a manatee. And the answer is actually cash. Cash is the most useful gift, but neither god went that way. Would have made for a bad story. How much would you pay for a really good bowl of stew? $10? $12? Well, how about an entire English manor? I ain't Siren, and neither is he. Not much help for the little guy, but at least the bishop's cows were safe. Classy guy. I'm sure Mademoiselle Volney really appreciated being included in his recipe. Again, cash probably would have been a better prize, but when you're in a pinch, go for some cobweb-laden olive tree. That works too. So long, Dillegrout. Hello, Victorian foods that all were made with gelatin practically. But perhaps the most impressive Greek olive tree has to be the one that came from a god. So just like me, 17th century sailors would get hangry and up and quit the Navy. That's why I left. And then let the sowing commence. No gelatin in our Dillegrout. She's often seen as a traitor to her own people and is one of the most villainized women in Latin culture, just after Yolanda Saldivar. I've fried things before, and it's worked. And his name was over the top. I just love this guy. He's a little bit crazy. I mean, yeah, it could be an African swallow, but it's not. It's a dove. And that's not the point of this. Now back to olives. Olives. Now, while we want our biscuits dry, we do not need to hold that standard to ourselves. So, let's make some grog. You could fill up your car for tuppence, because I'm not gonna start a Kickstarter to do a dish. I worry for my teeth. Let's give it a shot. Spoiler alert, they were not exaggerating. Well, that's embarrassing. So, I guess we don't have a camera too. Oh, and there's nobody else here, so I'm just talking to myself, but that's okay. There is no consistency with this dish. Well, there is one recipe for salad from the form of curry, so clearly not everyone took that to heart. Anyway, the Greeks, they took their olives really seriously. Never making that, by the way, so don't even ask. How do you solve a problem like a medieval knight who won't stop killing people? One answer is a tournament. The deck is salty, the food is salty, you're salty. Like bamboo this tree grew, until it's nearly pulp. Dramatic simply for the sake of being dramatic. So yeah, brined.
Otra cerveza?
Don't mind if I do. If there is a sound that was like a warm hug, that is it.